Awesome. Welcome you guys to Brynn and my coach sneak peek, where you're going to learn all about what we do as coaches to see if coaching would be a good fit for you. So I'm going to quickly share my screen so that you can get an idea of what we're going to be going over. All right, so sneak peek into the life coaching opportunity. So first and foremost, we're going to be going over a lot of stuff, and Brynn and I are going to introduce ourselves so that you can get to know me a little bit better and Brynn a little bit better, and then we're going to get into all of the details. So why we're here, how what we do is different from what other companies or people that you might see out there, and then the specific activities that we do as coaches, how we earn money, and dreaming big and taking action. So this is what you can get from our presentation. And quickly, I will go over my story for those of you guys that don't know me. I am Samantha Penkoff, and I have been coaching for almost 6 years, which is totally crazy for me to say out loud because I feel like I signed up yesterday. But I started in October. Actually, I truly started in September of 2013. And that was at a point where I had just graduated from grad school with my MBA. I was working at General Electric. Loved my job. I was a CRM project lead, and so software stuff, and I got to travel globally, which was pretty fun. But more or less, I just worked behind a computer doing Excel work, and I started coaching because I was actually looking for other jobs where I can earn more money, because when you worked at GE, at least back when I started working there, they didn't pay you too high of a salary for having your MBA because it was such a privilege to have that name behind your title. Mm-hmm. And so I was earning about like $63K by the end of my 5 years there, but it wasn't enough to also pay all of my insane student loan debt and also bills and all of that stuff. So I went on AlbanyAreaHelpWanted.com. I don't know I think they have those like in different areas, but I went on that, tried to apply to some jobs. I was a babysitter at 24, 26 years old. I was babysitting somebody after my work. And I actually came across a friend that I went to college with, and she had lost 20 pounds and looked amazing. And she said that she did it with Beachbody. And so kind of before I even knew that there was a job opportunity with coaching, I saw her and was so inspired by her transformation. And at the time, I was in this cycle of heavily binging and then restricting, going on the treadmill, trying to run because I thought running was how I could get a thigh gap and like just get skinnier. And I didn't know how to use the equipment. So I was in that mindset and that routine, and it was not working. So I tried the same program that she did, fell in love. And funnily enough, at the end of the DVDs, and that kind of dates me because we don't even have DVDs anymore. But at the end of the DVD, there was this like infomercial or a sizzle reel of Coach Summit, which is one thing we're going to talk about a little bit later. But it's just this community and excitement and people that know where you've been and are where you want to be, and just amazingness. And that was when I was like, oh my gosh, I kind of want to coach. And it just tied in perfectly with the fact that I was also looking for more money to be able to do all of the things. And I tell this story a lot, but I was living with my then boyfriend, now husband, right down the street from a wine shop. And we would get wine pretty often, and we would always get the biggest bottle, I don't even know how many ounces in it, it's huge, of Yellowtail. And it was only $11, I think, for everything. And we would split it. So we were each paying like $5 or $6 because that's how frugal we both were. So coaching came into my life at a time where I needed the money, but probably more so needed the transformation. And so I committed to that program. I lost 10 pounds, but mostly what I love about my transformation is I broke the addiction to the scale. I was the girl that would weigh myself every day. And if I gained 0.2 or lost 0.2 or gained 5 or lost of whatever the number was, I would base what I wore that day, how I felt that day, what I ate that day, the mood I was in that day, everything that day around that number. And so that was when I finally broke my addiction to that. And I was like, I need to help other women do this. And I'm going to want to earn all of the free trips and earn the money. And it was just like, why not? And I remember telling my coach that I would give it 6 months and I would do everything she told me for 6 months. And if I didn't earn my money back, because I was very aware that I was going to be investing, if I didn't earn my money back, or if I didn't have fun, I would quit. And not have any regrets. But here I am 6 years later. So that's a little bit about my story. Brynn, share yours. How did you get here?
Absolutely. Much shorter than your story, but still, I mean, if I could just say ditto to a lot of what you said, I would. But I have been, my name is Brynn Darling. I have been a Beachbody coach for 2 months. However, have been a silent observer for a while. Pretty much have told Sam multiple times, like, are you sure we haven't met in a past life? Because I really do feel like we've been friends, which is awesome. So I brushed off the idea of becoming a coach myself because of all of my brain chatter. And it's what will people think? What will people say? Will they make fun of me? Will they judge me? Will I lose friends? What if it doesn't take off, right? So I definitely had that going on a lot, but still would be liking her pictures, commenting, messaging Sam all the time. I also struggle with my own health and wellness journey every single day, mentally, physically, emotionally. I've done a variety of programs where, I mean, from Weight Watchers, from Advocare, from YouTube, from whatever, you name it, I've tried it. But the biggest thing is I would take one day off, then it would turn into a couple of days, and then I would just quit, and then it would repeat. So it was a vicious cycle. And then I don't know about you guys, but I'm definitely a people pleaser, and I love helping other people. But as a result, sometimes I just forget about myself, and I want to be a little bit more selfish and put myself first, which is awesome about being a coach, because it is working on you and your journey so that you're able to show up and be your best version of yourself for others. I finally decided to lock arms with Sam at the end of June 2019 and started coaching. I want to earn that extra income. I'd love to eventually make coaching my full-time job. This is where my passion is helping other people through that rock and a hard place of a health and wellness journey. We will also, or Sam will also start to talk to us about some of the great incentives, including free trips. Also something I've never really treated myself to. And if I did, my friends know it's taken me months, maybe years to save those pennies to go on that dream vacation. So I'm really looking forward to continuing to lock arms with Sam, learn everything there is to learn, and take off with this.
I love it. And it's funny you mentioned that thing about vacations, because I remember when I was working my corporate job, my now husband and I were trying to plan like this tropical getaway, like all inclusive, because I think all inclusive is actually the cheapest because it's like everything.
Right.
We spent 3 years trying to do that, and we never did it because we were like, just it took so long to save up money. And now we travel about 4 times a year with coaching. So it's amazing.
Yay.
Right. Share my screen and tell you how you guys are going to be able to do all of this with us. Where did it go? Oh, not Spotify. That would be fun too, though.
Commercials, right?
Yeah. Sorry about that. 1 second. Here we go. Whoa. There we go. No, almost.
Anticipation is great.
I know. This is all on purpose. Wait for it.
It's all part of it.
I'm just going to bring it up again, I think. Oh, it's already up, just behind the scenes. Now share. Okay, here we go.
Here we go. Yep.
Here is the agenda. Okay, so moving on into the next slide of what you need to do to be successful, but also what it is that we actually do. So first and foremost, you need to fall in love with the products and programs and staying committed to living your best life. Brynn said like the most perfect transition to this is that it's amazing that as coaches, truly our first goal is always to focus on ourselves. In fact, we have a high success rate of people joining our wellness communities first so that they can see their own transformation and feel so much better on their own, and then they want to share that with others. So first and foremost, try out our products and programs to see if you love it, and you totally will if you actually stick to it, and be committed to your own journey. Secondly, authentically share your journey on social media every day. And you can also do this in person and lots of different ways. And one thing I like to point out here is that sharing your journey is not your highlight reel. Yes, people want to see that you ate a piece of broccoli and that you are in a positive mindset. But most importantly, people can relate to the times that you don't do those things. They can relate to the times that, like last night, for example, Gretchen and I made cupcakes with chocolate frosting, and we even added chocolate chips in the frosting, and we had 2 of them. People can relate to that on a Saturday night, or that they can relate to the days that you truly just don't want to work out. So one thing I love is that we just share the good and the bad with our journey. Number 3, invite people to join you on your journey. And the coolest part about this is that we truly are a team. So you will invite people to join our team-wide wellness community. You will invite people to join our team coaching opportunity and with coaching webinars like this, and challenge group webinars and things like that. So just inviting people to see if they would want to learn more to actually join us. And lastly, get 5 people started each month on their journey to live their best life. And this looks different for everybody. We'll get into later the actual products that we offer, but truly just asking questions, learning more about the person that you're talking to, and seeing if this would be a good fit for them. Oops. Next, let's talk about common misconceptions.
The BS.
Yes, the BS. That's right. We named this event the BS. So partially for Brynn and Sam, but also the BS that goes on in our head. I didn't mention this in my intro, but I agree. I was so nervous about the people that would judge me. One other thing I was nervous about was a pyramid scheme, because I knew what it was from going to business school and everything. But I wasn't really sure if Beachbody was that. And so I did my research. I did a ton of stalking on Google and YouTube, like all these things. And Beachbody is definitely not a pyramid scheme, because you can earn as much money as you want at any point in your business. For example, I know that I get paid more than someone who signed up before me. So it's not based on when you sign up or even who you sign up under. We all have the same potential to grow as big of an income as we want, which I want to point out is unlike the corporate world. At GE, I would have never earned more money than my boss, and she would have never earned more money than her boss. So it's really cool that your work actually does pay off. No matter where you're placed. And also, we don't earn a percentage off of, like, when someone signs up, we don't earn a percentage off of them or anything. We do get team cycle bonuses, which we'll talk about when you start to grow a team, but that is based off of the work that they do and what you mentor them to do. Another one, you don't have to be fit to be a coach. I love this one because people are more inspired by someone who is on a journey versus someone who just is like, hey, I've lost 25 pounds or 50 pounds, come work with me. No, this day and age, they want to see your day one picture. They want to see the struggles and the successes and be on that journey with you. And they trust you that much more when they get to see your journey. Another one is social media experience. I don't know about you, Brynn, but I was pretty much inactive on social media before coaching. I was on Facebook, and I wouldn't even like somebody's post. I would never comment, and I would probably post myself like on holidays, like Merry Christmas or something like that. So pretty much inactive. We teach you everything that you need to know about what to post, when to post, how to post, all of that stuff. So you don't need to know anything. You truly just need to be open to posting. And then lastly, not a good salesperson. That's the 4th top one that I hear. And that I do get some people that want to join our team that say, oh, I'm really good at sales. I'm going to be great at this. And unfortunately, those are the people that never end up working out, because this job is not about selling. Yes, we have products that we sell, but it's truly about helping people and leading from the heart and building that transformation. And one quote that I heard at one of our conferences once was, the your job does not stop after you make a sale. That's when it starts. And it like hit my heart. I was like, yes, like right after they make a sale, that's when we dive in and work with them and help them get over their limiting beliefs and help them see their transformation. So who would be a good fit, you guys? It's honestly anyone that is open to these things, open to learning more, open to diving in, and open to a different life than what you're currently experiencing. Next, hidden perks to joining this business. I was the girl that never really had a ton of girlfriends. I was more so friends with the guys. And even if it wasn't a group of friends, I just like being alone. I'm definitely a homebody. But you instantly gain positive, motivated, uplifting, encouraging people in your life as part of our team. And honestly, now when people ask me my favorite perks to coaching, it's the community. It's something that I will never leave coaching, even if my income completely goes away, because I love the community that we have. Others, obviously amazing, annual luxury vacations. Definitely one of the reasons that I signed up. And I've earned every single one since signing up as a coach. And Brynn is on her way to earning hers as well. And the next trip is going to be in Punta Cana. The last year's trip was a cruise. Before that, it was in Riviera Maya, Mexico. So amazing, amazing places that you totally get spoiled. That was when I decided I wanted to coach full time, was my first trip. Because when I went there, there's all these people that are like normal. And I thought that to coach full time, you had to be a top 10 coach or like a certain status. And there were just these people who had dreamed a bigger life and put in the work through coaching, and they were coaching full time. And I was like, oh my gosh, maybe I could do that. So that's what started it all for me. You also get monthly swag. Actually, the hat that I'm wearing today was free from coaching. They send out prizes every couple of months for your success, free business coaching. I just got back from a Tony Robbins seminar. It was called Business Mastery. It was surprisingly crazy how much I already knew, and I knew it from coaching, not necessarily from my business school, but all of the social media training. People were there trying to pitch their programs for $3,000, and it's all included as a coach on our team. So you're going to get the best business training. Also, personal growth and development. We focus on that heavily just to make sure that we are growing ourselves, and we try and fill our cups first and then let the overflow flow into other people's lives. And lastly, as we keep mentioning, accountability for your own fitness, health, nutrition, and life goals. So how we're different. We have, as Beachbody, a comprehensive approach. There is not any other company out there right now that can help someone with their fitness and nutrition and supplementation and mindset and support. Nothing. There are companies out there, fitness or nutrition, but it's one or the other. And so when you consider joining Beachbody and our team, you can be super confident knowing that no matter where they're at, we have something to help them. So for an example, we do get a lot of people that need help with all of it. They want the workouts and the meal plans and the nutrition and Shakeology and things like that. But we also have people that love CrossFit, and they are all set on their workouts, but they could really use a pre-workout to help those CrossFit workouts, or their nutrition is not that great, so we can set them up with a meal plan. So you can be really confident in what we offer. Second, free coaching. We kind of just touched on that, but we literally will tell you everything to do. And I wish I had my tracker, but we tell you exactly what to do. So if you're a to-do list person, you're going to love this. We have, yes, Brynn is holding it up right now if you can see that. And so it's our daily to-do list. And we tell you exactly what to do every single day and guide you with the amount of time. So that you can spend, an hour doing it, 20 minutes doing it, whatever you have, and just check it off as you go. So that's part of our business training. We have nutrition certifications, holistic health training, annual summit events. This is an event that we just got back from that was on that highlight reel after the DVDs. This is what that was. So last year was in Indianapolis just a couple months ago. Next year it's in New Orleans, and it's like 25,000 coaches go, but it's with so many coaches there, it's so much fun because you pretty much stay with your team and you meet other teams as well, but you get to also work out with celebrity trainers. You get to just do team bonding. We had a team. We all went out and got like margaritas and tacos one night. We did a team brunch one day, and then also business training. You learn what's working from other coaches in the business. And lastly, there are quarterly events. I'm going to go to Brynn. Are you going to go to Orange, Connecticut one?
Yes.
Cool.
To meet you? Yes.
Yes. Brynn and I haven't met in person yet. I'm speaking at the one.
Wait, no, absolutely. And I will be bringing people with me. So if you're watching, you're coming with me.
I love it. So those quarterly events are all over the US, Canada, and UK every quarter, because so much of what we do is online. And so these events, you get to work out and learn what it is that we do and how we do it at these events. So that's really fun. Mm-hmm. And then lastly, how we're different is evidence of success. We have been around for 20 years, you guys. So a super long time. We're not a new company. We are rated an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. We are a $1.3 billion company, 10 years of product line. But my favorite thing I wanted to point out here is that everything that we do, our workouts and nutrition and meal plans, are all science-based. And just one example of this is with Shakeology. It's our meal replacement, or you can have it as a snack, shake that Brynn and I have every day. And it's filled with tons of stuff: probiotics, prebiotics, digestive enzymes, tons of stuff. And one thing that we learned at Summit was that they just found a better source of fiber. And so they're going to be adding more of the better fiber into the shake. And they found a new ingredient that they wanted to add into it. Maybe chaga or matcha or something. So they're adding that into it. And the price isn't going to go up, but they're constantly looking for better quality products to add in. A few years ago, I remember getting an email from Beachbody saying that they found a higher potency of a Madagascar vanilla bean. So they're going to be adding that one in and taking out the prior vanilla bean. So everything that we do is just very well thought out and based on science to give our clients and coaches the best results. Next up, how we earn money. So there are lots of different ways, but breaking it down, there are sales, so retail commission versus team building, and front end versus back end. So if you don't know what that means, front end, that type of business is where you join and right away, right from the front, they make claims like you can earn $1,000 your first day or $1,500 your first week or something like that. So it's built heavy on the front where you earn money up front and then it likely trickles off the longer that you're in it. Back end income is the opposite, where it's not guaranteed that you're going to earn any money right away, but the more consistent you are and the more that you work, it's super heavy in the back end and you can start to earn serious income like down the road. That's proudly what we are. We are a heavy back-end income. Now you can start to make money right away, and we will teach you exactly how to do that. But just to give you a sneak peek of my income, I started coaching 6 years ago, and I didn't get paid anything until week 5 when or maybe it was week 4. I earned $4.99 because it was commission from a sampler pack that I sold. But then the next week I earned $150, and the next week I earned $80, and then the next week I earned like $200. And so you can start to grow that income. And for me, that was crazy because $150 was my goal for the whole month. I don't know how I even came up with that number, but I just thought 150 sounds like a lot. It could do some damage on some student loans, which now I kind of laugh at. Like, that seems like nothing to go towards a student loan. But it's what motivated me to get started. It was $150 a month. So when I made that in 1 week, I was like, holy crap, can I do it again? And then again, and then again. So I kept challenging myself. So after a year and a half of coaching while working full time, I actually matched my income that I was earning at GE. And that was when I went on that first trip that we were talking about. And I set the goal of like, oh my gosh, what if I could coach full time? That would be amazing. And 6 months later, so officially 2 years of coaching, I doubled my full-time income, quit that job, and started coaching full time. So I've been coaching full time now for almost 4 years, which is just nuts. So now to get a little bit deeper for those of you that are wondering like, okay, but how do you earn this income? Number one, we earn 25 to 40% off of retail commission, so anything that you sell. Number 2, team cycle bonus. So that's when we will teach you how to build a team and how to mentor them, and you get weekly bonuses for that. Once you get to a certain level or rank in Beachbody, you get a matching bonus. So once you get to, it's called diamond rank, you actually do earn 10% of certain people in your organization. So the better they do, the better you do. So you get rewarded for mentoring them. And lastly, quarterly star diamond bonuses. These, you're gonna like, you won't even believe these numbers, but every quarter, once again, you get to a certain level, which is all based on mentoring your team, you get quarterly bonuses. They start at what we call 2-star diamond. That one is about $1,000 every quarter, just handed to you. The next one is 5-star, which is usually around $3,000 every quarter, and they add up. So you would get that 3,000 plus the 1,000. That is what I've earned before, is that 5-star diamond one. Again, every quarter you get that. The next one is 10-star, and that's usually about $15,000 every single quarter. And the last one is 15-star, and that has been, I've seen it at 50,000 and I've seen it at 70,000. It's all based on how many people qualify. A quarter, $70,000 a quarter. It's nuts, you guys. So just want to throw that out there that that's possible. Next, business and team support that you will get. We have weekly national wake-up calls with corporate every single Monday morning. Also, every Monday and Wednesday, we have team calls just with us. And so that's where we sometimes just pull out that tracker that Brynn showed and we just go through it and start doing all the things. Other times we call it our what's working call, and we all just share what's working for us. And so there's a coach that, maybe just started yesterday and she has a tip on how to invite your mom. And then there's a coach like me and I share how to create a social media brand, things like that. Also, we do one-on-one support and sponsor and your upline. That will be Brynn and myself. We are here to help you every single step of the way. And around the clock support from our team page. You'll gain access to 2 team pages. One is Fit Vibes Tribe, and this is a small little group of us over here at Fit. And then also the Legacy Collective, and you can post in there anytime that you want for any tips, motivation, etc. One thing before I get to this, next slide, is I wanted to cover time commitment, because some of this you might be like, oh my gosh, this is seems like so much work. And so I wanted to first show you how I was able to do it. When I was working full time, I would wake up early at 5 a.m., do my workout, and pretty much just plan my day. I wouldn't do too much work. I would just get organized basically. And then I would work my entire lunch break, which was 1 hour at my desk. I would stay at my desk, but I would just open up Facebook or open up my tracker and work for 1 hour then. And then I would work for about 30 minutes in the evening, either while I was cooking dinner, so I was multitasking, or after I cleaned up. Sometimes it may have been an hour if we had a team call or something. So I was working about an hour and a half consistently every day, sometimes 2 hours. And that focused time is what got me to match my full-time income after a year and a half. So now I coach full time. And so now I treat it like a full-time job. And so I try and plug in at 9 and I work until about 4, but I'm pretty lenient. I'll go take my dog for a walk at 10 a.m. or go get ice cream with my sister at 3 p.m. or something. So that's a lot of fun. But Brynn, I'm curious where do you fit in all the coaching activities?
Absolutely. So yes, 2 months in, I work full-time as a claims adjuster, which is a very demanding job. But since starting Beachbody, I wake up much earlier than I would ever. I mean, to wake up by 7 on a Saturday morning is unheard of for me 6 months ago. So to now do it consistently is amazing. So I wake up. I'm drinking my Energize. I'm taking a look at my day, whether it's an actual 9 to 5 day for my full-time job, or if I can spend more time with my coaching. And yeah, I'm just kind of plugging into our Facebook groups. I'm also seeing if anyone's responded or replied to an email or has questions. So I get about, I would say, about a half an hour in before I even start my work day. And then I'm definitely motivated by the team calls on Mondays and Wednesday nights. Those definitely amp me up. So I'm usually doing about a half an hour of work before the call, then about the hour on the call to get more ideas. And then I'm so amped up, I'd probably do another half an hour after the call just because of those ideas. So I'm still working on finding my niche in terms of consistency, but I would say solid. I'm more so about 45 minutes to an hour because I'm just still trying to learn. So of solid work, I would say it's 45 minutes to an hour a day, but I definitely will ramp up to an hour, more likely because I want this to be my full-time 2 hours a day, very soon.
I love it. And I like what she mentioned too, that you guys can do this whenever you want. My sister was working 3 jobs and coaching at one point. And so she would do it like in an Uber, in her 10-minute Uber, she would send out some messages, or while walking her dog, or in the bathroom at work. So it doesn't have to be a solid time. If you have solid time to sit down, that's amazing. But if not, you can totally make it work. Okay, best tips for success. This is a do then learn business. We will teach you everything you need to learn, but you do not need to know it before getting started. This is definitely just go out there, make an impact, and then we'll teach you what to do at the same time. It's another goal definitely to help your first 3 people in the first few days. We will teach you how to do that. Honestly, when you lead with excitement and enthusiasm, it's hard for people to say no. If you lead with like, are you going to be interested? Or, I'm not super confident in what I'm offering. People can sense that. So just channel the part of you that is so freaking excited for this opportunity and lead with that. Be teachable. We are here to teach you so much. And so if you show up with an open mind, we can teach you a lot. Be consistent every single day. Like Brynn woke up early on a Saturday, you guys. If your goal is to do some damage income-wise in this business, then it will take time. We're not scared to mention that. And it will take consistency doing that every single day or week or whatever it is for you. Be resourceful. I learned so much from YouTube when I was a new coach. YouTube has a bunch of stuff. Vimeo, I don't know if you guys know, that platform has a bunch of stuff. Our online office, our FAQs, our team pages, whatever question you have, you can get an answer like that if you really want it. Also, face your fears head on. Brynn and I still go through days where we're like, oh no, are people going to want to join us? Or is our group exciting enough? Or are we worth it? And things like that. You have to push those fears to the side and just blaze right through. I guess put them right in front of you and just go right through them, because they're going to be there no matter if you just signed up today or you're a coach 6 years in. So face them head on and have so much fun. And now it's your guys' time to dream big. We want you to consider, why not you? This picture that you see is our team photo. There are so many people just like you, I guarantee it, that have a similar story, that have seen success. And also consider the best and worst case scenario. And I'll stop sharing right now. Best case scenario is let's start with worst. Worst case scenario is you sign up and maybe you don't earn any money, you don't earn any of the free trips, you don't sign anybody up, but you've lost the weight that you were looking to lose, or you're in so much better of a mindset and you feel different and people can tell that you're happier, and there might have been someone in your life that was silently struggling that you didn't even know, and you helped them. That's worst case. No money, but you still change your own life and impact others. Best case, you impact others, you change your own life, you also earn an income while doing it. You go on all of these trips a few times a year, which are optional, by the way. I know that not everyone's motivated by the trips, but I'm like, totally why I joined. But you don't have to. But you can go on all of these trips and impact people's lives on an even bigger scale and create a life where you can actually pursue your passions. And if it's coaching, that's amazing. If not, if you've always wanted to feed the hungry, you can feed the hungry. So living on just a completely different scale than you are right now. And so last but not least, we wanted to go over the cost of signing up. And we want to say this very lightly because it varies for everybody. But the general sign up is $39.95, so basically $40 to get signed up, and that will give you your coach kit. The only required recurring fee is $15, and it does vary slightly based on where you live. When I lived in New York, it was like $17.23. What is it in Connecticut? Do you know?
I want to say it's $16.95, but I mean, that seems kind of odd, but it makes sense to me right now. Yeah. So it's between 15, 17, but doable.
Yeah. And that's the only required recurring fee. And that goes towards things like maintaining the websites that you're going to get, maintaining inventory. We don't have any inventory, you guys, which I love. Anytime somebody wants to buy something, they just go online and order it. And we have distribution warehouses all over that do all of that for us. So what's it called? closets aren't filled with tons of product that then I need to sell. So it covers that. It covers infomercials. It covers coach relations. So it's only about $16 every month. Now we say that lightly because the $16 is required, but the $39.95 fee, if you are already signed up as a discount member, you don't need to pay that. If you are going to consider signing up with one of our wellness packages with like fitness, nutrition, or something like that, you don't need to pay it. If you are in the military or a veteran or a spouse of someone active in the military, you don't need to pay it. So there's a lot of different ways that you don't have to pay that, but we just wanted to mention that. And then say work with myself or Brynn to decide what type of package that you might want to sign up with. We do encourage it just because that way, again, you get to focus on your journey with the products that you'll be promoting. So it's the most effective way to start off your business and kind of go from there. So without further ado, thank you guys so much for hopping on and taking the time to learn more about coaching. A lot of people did say they wanted to watch the recording, so we will blast this out to everybody and hopefully see you in our team page.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Bye.